One of the most important steps in data science project is data visualization. You can explore your data with this technique. Today, we'll cover how to plot graphs with Pandas AI. To show this, we'll build an app with Streamlit. Here is the app we'll create. First, we'll load the dataset and then we'll enter our prompt over here. The app will give the plot like this. Simple but cool, right? The large model we'll use is the Claude 3 Haiku model. This model is the fastest and most cost-effective model. Okay, we've seen the app we'll build. Let's go ahead and take a look at the topics we'll handle. First, we'll create a virtual environment and then install the tools we'll use. Next, we'll initialize the app with Streamlit. After that, we'll load the dataset. Lastly, we'll chat with the dataset using Pandas AI. Nice, we've seen the topics we'll cover. Let's go ahead and start with the setup. To write our code, we're gonna use the VS Code editor. Now, let's create a virtual environment. To do this, we're gonna use Conda. Let's write Conda create -n, let's name Gen AI. I already created this. After that, we're gonna activate this environment. Conda activate Gen AI. Here you go. Our environment is ready to use. The next step we're gonna do is install the tools we use. To do this, let's create a requirements.txt file. We're gonna click on the new file and then name it requirements.txt. After that, let's write the library we'll use here. We're gonna type Pandas AI, Streamlit, LangChain Anthropic, Seaborn. These two help us load the dataset. Lastly, we'll use the .env tool. Python.env. This tool help us set the API key. Okay, for now, these tools are enough to build the app. We're gonna now install this. It's simple to do this with pip. Let's write pip install -r requirements.txt. Here you go. Our tools are ready to use. To write our codes, we're gonna create a Python file. Let me click on the new file and then give a name. app.py. Yeah, our file is ready. So far, we created a virtual environment and installed the tools. Let's go ahead and set the environment variable. To do this, we're gonna use the .env tool. First, let's create an env file. Let me click the new file and then name .env. Okay, our file is ready. Here, we're gonna type our environment variables. Let's set the Anthropic API key. Anthropic API key. Let me paste the API key. You can get this API key from the Anthropic website for free. All we need to do now is load this API key with .env. First, let's import the load.env method from .env import load.env. Next, let's use this method load.env. That's it. The API key is ready. It's simple, right? So far so good. Let's go ahead and initialize the app with Streamlit. First, let's import this tool. Import Streamlit as st. Next, let's give the app a title. st.title. Let's give data visualization with Pandas AI. After that, let's run this app. To do this, let's write Streamlit run app.py. Yeah, the app opens automatically in the browser. This is simple, right? You can see the title here. Let's go ahead and load the dataset with Seaborn. The dataset we'll use is the Penguin dataset. You can use this dataset for data exploration and visualization. There are 3 different species of penguins in this dataset collected from 3 islands. The good news is that we can load this dataset with Seaborn. First, let's import this tool. Import Seaborn as SNS. What we need to do to load the dataset is to use the load dataset method. Let's say data equals SNS load dataset. Let's pass penguins. Now let's take a look at the first rows of this data. To do this, we're gonna use the head method. First, let's type the write method. st.write. Let's pass data. Let's call the head method. Let's give 3. Now, let's go to the app. Click on the rerun button. There you go. Here, you can see the columns of the dataset. Let's go ahead and convert this dataset into the Smart Data Frame. The Smart Data Frame class is the main class of Pandas AI. We can use it to interact with a single data frame. First, let's initialize the Anthropic model. To do this, let's import the chat Anthropic class. From LangChain Anthropic, import chat Anthropic. Next, let's get an object from this class. Model equals chat Anthropic. First, let's pass the model. The model we're gonna use is a Haiku model. This model is a fast and efficient large model. Let's set the model. Model equals Claude 3 Haiku 2024 03 07. Great! Our model is ready. Let's create our smart data frame. First, let's import this class. From Pandas AI, import smart data frame. Next, let's instantiate an object of this class. Let's say df equals smart data frame. Let's pass our data. Let's set the config parameter. Let's give LLM. It's gonna be our model. Awesome. Our data is ready to analyze. Let's go ahead and create a text area for the prompt. Let's say prompt equals st.text area. Let's give a text. Enter your prompt. Awesome. Our text area is ready to use. Let's go ahead and create a button to generate the text. If st button, let's pass generate. When we press this button and the prompt is true, we want to generate the text. Let's write prompt while running code. Let's display a message. To do this, we're gonna use the spinner method using the with keyword. With st.spinner. Let's give a text. Generating response. The next thing we need to do is generate the text. First, to see the text, let's use the write method. st.write. To talk to the dataset, let's use the chat method. df.chat. Let's pass prompt. Awesome. Our app is ready. Let's go to the app and click on the rerun. There you go. We can start by looking at the number of rows and columns in the dataset. Let's write what is the number of rows and columns of the dataset. Let me click on the generate button. Our app worked very well. The dataset has 344 rows and 7 columns. Simple but cool, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at summary statistics. Let's write tabulate summary statistics of data. It's done. Here you can see summary statistic of the numerical columns. Let's take a look at the missing values. Tabulate how many missing values there are for each column. Let me click generate. There you go. We can see missing values to chat with the dataset. It's great, right? Let's go ahead and plot our first graph. We wanna draw a bar plot of penguin species. Let's type draw the bar plot of penguin species. Let me click generate. Voila! Our plot is ready. As you can see, there are mostly other species. Let's wanna color a bar plot. Let's type draw a bar plot of the island using a different color for each bar. Let me click generate. Here is the penguin species by island. Easy peasy, right? We wanna plot a pie chart of the sex. Plot a pie chart of the sex. Let me click generate. Yeah, the plot is ready. Is this plot? You can see the sex distribution. Let's plot a scatter plot. Draw a scatter plot of bill length and depth columns using a different color for each species. Let me click generate. There you go. Note that each species is colored. This is awesome, right? Let's wanna plot a histogram. Plot a histogram of the flipper length. Let me click generate. It's done. Here is the histogram of the flipper length. We can also add this plot to a kernel density estimate. To do this, just write with a kernel density estimate. Let me click generate. Voila! It's great plot to see the distribution of the variable. Let's go ahead and plot a heat map. To do this, let's write plot a heat map chart of numerical variables. Let me click generate. There you go. It's a piece of cake, right? Lastly, let's wanna plot a box plot. Let's type create a box plot of bin length by island. Let me click generate. It's done. Here is the box plot. Cool, right? We can plot charts by chatting with the dataset. Yeah, that's it. In this video, we covered how to plot charts with Pandas AI. To show this, we built an app with Streamlit. This app helped us plot awesome charts. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video and leave a comment. See you in the next video. Bye for now.